You talked about tax incentives. This is all happening on reclaimed land. That reclaimed land has been reclaimed at a certain cost. If certain strategic projects, let's say, are not commercially viable without some assistance, then they need to be made viable. They need to be incentivized. Strategic projects are those projects that need special incentivization to actually happen and meet the objectives of that city plan. So yes, we may have to provide concessions on land, on tax, on rates, on a variety of different things to make them more commercially viable. Otherwise, they may not happen. The Czech Port City Colombo investor, they have no influence over the government, if you're referring to the Commission, when it comes to decisions such as concessions. The yardstick we apply is, will a project that might otherwise not happen, will a concession make it happen? B, if so, is that particular project part of the plan to fully utilize this asset? We mustn't forget it's a huge asset. We can't continue to sit looking at it for years to come. We actually need the project plan to unfold, and we need the city to be built. There are only 74 blocks, and there are therefore only 74 real estate development opportunities. Each one has a specifically defined purpose. Each one has its own development control regulations. So they are well defined already. We already know which ones will require incentivization, which ones are eminently commercial on their own, and which ones are to be phased in first, and which ones are to follow after demand has been created. In terms of what's in the pipeline, there has been some interest in discussing forward movement in some investments in the schools and the hospitals and the marina. Some of the plots are the governments to commercialize. Some of the plots are the investors to commercialize, in other words, the project company. The marina is a project company plot, so they have the onus of finding investors for that.
The project company?
Yes, the project company. That's one of the plots through which they recover their investment by commercializing it, by leasing it to somebody. Then the government actually has the responsibility to commercialize the school, hospital, and convention center. So there are discussions with parties who are interested in partnering to do those. The other major project that's going to take place fairly soon is the launch of the Colombo International Financial Center